The following feature has been rated PG by the Motion Picture Association of America. Parental guidance is suggested.
New episodes of the video game Reselling Adventures, live on YouTube every Friday. Jesse sells stuff, only on YouTube. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm trying something new out here with this microphone, so bear with me. On this week's episode, we went out into the snow and tried to find some really good deals at some thrift stores and a game store. Gotta say, it was one of the colder days of the year, but I'm very excited to show you what we were able to grab in this video, so take a look. I've always wanted to start a video inside of an igloo. As you can see, before I turn my car on and ruin the aesthetic, we are completely snowed in on all sides. Hey, how you doing? And it's thick enough to where it's not falling off on the normal way. All right, folks, you ready for this ASMR? Oh. To anyone who says that birds aren't real, I nearly just killed 11 birds because they wouldn't get out of the way of my car when I had to drive through. So yeah, I do think that they're government drones. Okay, so just an update. I thought this was going to be like a dud of a Savers, but wow, a lot of great deals in this bag. And because like a lot of these are like weird movie titles that are kind of worth something, kind of not, I can bundle them together, and for $2 a piece, that's really good. So I'm digging it. I'm going to keep looking around the store though. Also, folks, this is a hefty lesson in donating. Donate to your local Savers because most of them will give you the coupon after the fact. I mean, you guys should be donating out of the goodness of your heart anyways, but at the same time, you should be donating to your Savers because you get a coupon for 20% off at most locations that I've found. And if I find something good, especially a lot of good in the store, I'll just go ahead and use it right away. They do have like a $2 off coupon if you take a survey. I don't think that's worth it, but the 20% off one is, because you guys saw that was about $35 worth of stuff that we were able to score for the 27. You're thinking $8? That ain't, that ain't great. You got $8 off. That's like a whole meal. That's like a whole lunch. That's like a whole dinner for if you really don't eat a lot. I mean, I eat too much. That's my thing. But still, to get all of this for $27, that is a good day. I also picked up this Bobby Lashley figure in the toy section. I did notice that it was an elite figure, so I know it's going to be worth a heck of a lot more than the $5.49 I paid for it. So I figured I'd pick that up. But the big score of the day. Alright, so we're at another stop here. Welcome back to the land of electronics. If you guys remember from a while back, I'll link the video in the top corner. You already know what I do. We got here, I think I picked up one game for the wrestling collection, a bunch of like NES stuff that's already sold, because they have some pretty good NES deals here. So let's go inside, let's see what they got. I'm looking for some Sega Genesis cables personally, so we'll see if they have any of that. Alright, so we're back in here. I gotta say, we might have some crazy finds of that. I'm not really happy with how much we dropped in there, but I am excited to show you what we got. I'll show you the selfish things that I got, the things that aren't gonna go up for sale, and those are things that are added to the wrestling collection. Whenever I come here, I always find a ton of wrestling games for cheap, so I love to pick them up. Last time I ended up selling those NES wrestling games, so I ended up picking them back up each. They're $5 a piece, so that was cool. I'm starting to round out a lot of the WWF games in the list, so we picked up WWF Raw for 10 bucks, and then we also picked up Super WrestleMania on this SNES for 10 bucks, and then he gave me Royal Rumble for Genesis for 5, which is pretty good, and I'll take it. No, all those 5 are going to get added to the collection, so I'm pretty excited about that. Everything else we'll show you in the next scene. All right, everybody, we're back at the house. Let me show you what we were able to pick up, both at this stop and the stop that we did yesterday, or in your guys' case, about 5 minutes ago. Maybe, haven't edited it yet. So everything in this stack we paid $25 for, including the almighty Lashley. We're just gonna put him to this. Oh man, why is he looking like up? He looks sad. He looks very concerned. Either way, this is all of the games that we picked up for for about 20 bucks. So basically somebody traded in their whole PS2 collection to Savers, and we grabbed it for 20. Some sneaky winners in this one. Okay, now you know why Lilo and Stitch is this cheap. The case is a little weak. 10 bucks for just the disc, which is a really good deal. We grabbed Freakstyle, the greatest hits version, also going for around 10 bucks. Harry Potter, which also does some decent damage. And of course, Monster House, which is surprisingly the big flip of this one, going for way more than it should. Now, taking a look at everything we snagged today, we got some power cords and we got some AV cords for the Sega Genesises, which are conveniently sitting down here on top of each other, recently cleaned, recently dried, and we're going to be testing that out today. They're also doing 3 for 10 on these Game Boy Advance games, so I picked up 3 Backyard Sports titles, and originally 3 Nickelodeon titles, but then I accidentally put SpongeBob back in and left the Powerpuff Girls, which means that it's a Cartoon Network game and not a Nickelodeon game. By the way, Danny Phantom does surprisingly well. I'm going to try to clean that gunk off, and then that should be able to flip for some good profit for me too. Either way, the original plan was to bundle up the Backyard Sports games into a lot and bundle up the Nickelodeon games. Now I got to figure out how to do it separately. If that's the biggest problem I have, it's a good day. But I'm sure you guys saw this. The definite big winner of these two is Clay Fighter 63.5. Obviously, the label has seen some better days, but when you look at the estimated value, this was well worth the attempt. And I also only got it for $5. That's right, when I brought it up to the counter, I asked how much it was, and they said no labels, $5, which is how I got Rumble for even cheaper, which honestly was super great of them. I really appreciate it. And now we get to try out Clay Fighter as well to see if that's going to be a solid win, or if I just paid $5 for a gross cartridge that doesn't work. Alrighty, I had this set up here for a live stream I was doing the other day. Oh, actually, let's give it a good. Now. Alrighty, so I just cleaned up this guy with some rubbing alcohol, and let's see if that'll do the trick. All right, looks like it's not doing the trick. So I guess that's kind of sucky that Clay Fighters doesn't work. It's kind of excited to actually try it for a change. I know it's like the 63rd and 3/4 version, so it wasn't like the rare one, but like I was always, I mean, we've all heard the stories before about that game, so I was interested in trying it. I'll keep working on it. If I ever figure it out, I will definitely throw up a short about it or something. If not, then I'll just sell it and hope that I can make some money back from it. So although I can't fix it, I know somebody else out there can. So I'm confident in that much at least. But let's get the Genesis hooked up to this TV now. Thankfully today we grabbed a Sega Genesis game, so now we can finally test this out. Alright, well, Genesis number 1 is not booting up. Let's try Genesis number 2. Alrighty, here we go. Let's try number 2. This guy's dead too. Well guys, that is bad news on the Genesis front and on the Clay Fighters front. Either way, I think the profit margins are still low enough. I should be able to make the money back on both of those Genesis, just like the cables that I paid for it. Like, I think throwing it up on 30 for somebody to try to fix, I think would be worth it, and that would make it, make it a little bit, just enough profit off of the cables I bought, because it was like 10 each. So hopefully that would work out. Clay Fighters will just get added to the list of, to the pile of games that just don't seem to work. But either way, I still think we got some pretty great deals today. And now we got to add some games to the wrestling game collection. Oh, it's looking even more beautiful every time. And there we go, looking as good as ever. We're getting close, guys. Well, folks, moral of the story today, sometimes you win out there, sometimes you lose. Either way, we still got a decent amount of profit sitting there on the bed today. We're gonna get all this stuff listed, thrown up in the system, and ready for you guys to purchase at home, or any of your friends, or any of the strangers in this world. And if you guys want to purchase anything you saw in this episode, feel free to hit up the links over there. Whatnot, Mercari, and eBay as usual. And if you guys want to just hang out on Instagram, you get to see shorts. Before they become shorts, you get to see them as Instagram Reels instead. But if you want a part of that, go follow me over on Instagram. That's always a good time too. And today, Russell and I just want to thank you for watching. Oh, I'm not going to tell them that. But I will tell you though, so see you next week with another video.